I thought the thumbnail was just your hair photoshopped onto Johnny Depp. You look like hipster, communist-colored Rasputin. You look like a guy that studies liberal arts. God damn, Dave. You look like a goat. Just kidding. You're not joking. He looks like a goat. Remember Todoroki from My Hero Academia? This is him now. He looks ugly now. I'm so happy you're back, but you need a Dollar Shave Club sponsorship. Looks like you've fallen asleep into a bowl of tomato soup. Really, Dave? Another generic deep voice intro. Very creative. That guy's voice is about as deep as a children's swimming pool. Also, your beard fucking sucks.
Hannah, I don't think they like my new look.
I do.
Oh, thank you, sis. But the rest of the world clearly does not. It looks like I'm gonna have to shave off my beard.
Aww.
I thought the world could see something like this and see inspiration and see truth and honesty and beauty.
Sound a little unsure about that.
I thought all these things, sis, but no, I was so wrong. I was hella wrong. Hannah, I think I've got to shave off the beard.
I don't want you to shave it off.
You don't want me to shave it off?
No, I don't want you to
This
shave
is your
it.
last chance to convince me otherwise.
It's so good.
Really?
Yeah.
Like how good?
It's the best beard. I'm lying. It's not even a beard. It's a goatee. It's the second best goatee I've ever seen.
Second best?
Jafar.
Oh, okay, fair. The internet has spoken. I don't think they're ready for this look. As progressive as people like to think they are, deep down they're bigots.
I don't think it's the beard that's the issue. I think it's the colour of the beard.
So they're racist.
Yeah.
I thought I could be the Rosa Parks here, but I could. Don't think that's worth keeping in. On the real though, I've had this for several days while shooting this, and I've had to go out in public, like, other than the stuff I filmed, and it's really embarrassing. This is a joke gone too far. So you can stop flying at this point. We can go.
I like it.
No, you don't.
I do like it.
Why?
Because it makes you look stupid.
That's why you like it the whole time.
Yeah.
That's why it's 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 stupid.
Yeah. Was that not clear?
I
that
knew it, but I
clear.
didn't want to hear it. Yeah, alright, let's go shave it off. And then I'll get on with the video.
Okay.
I guess that's that then. Time to shave off the beard.
Mate!
What, Davo? Why are you in my shower?
Having a fucking shower, mate. What do you think? Oh, mate, fucking snap!
Wait, did you grow a beard too?
Yeah, mate, I'm fucking dyed it off fucking red. What are the fucking chances?
Look, we can't both look like this. It's been ages since you've been on my channel. They don't remember you. People are just gonna think you're me in a stupid hat.
Mate, if I was just you in a hat, how could I do this?
Jesus Christ, why?
Relax, mate. What are you getting mad for? Anyway, since you're gonna shave it on, yeah?
Yeah, wait, how did you know?
I've got a mate at MI6. Anyway, since you're gonna be shaving it off, may I provide a suggestion?
Okay, I guess. Wait, where'd your beard go?
Oh, I just shaved it off with this. And I bet you didn't know that Dollar Shave Club, yes, that Dollar Shave Club, has all your grooming products. Toothpaste, body wash, hairstyling products, everything you need to look and smell your best. Not just razors, check it out. I tried their toothpaste and it's my favourite. Just like their razors, everything is super high quality and left me looking and feeling amazing.
Wait, are you seriously doing an ad read in the middle of my video about my depression?
Mate, have you seen how much they fucking pay? It's ridiculous, mate. Almost as ridiculous as the fact that Dollar Shave Club is basically giving away their Daily Essentials starter set to new members for only $5. This starter set features 3 trial-size versions of their most popular products that help you stay fresh and clean, including their executive razor. In your first box, you'll receive their shave butter, body wash, and 1 White Charlie's butt wipe.
Butt wipes? Really?
Mate, if you try these, they're well fucking nice. Smooth as a fucking whistle.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, what does make sense is this fucking deal, since you'll also receive their executive razor, which includes their premium weighty handle and a full cassette of cartridges. After your first box, replacement cartridges will be sent for just a few bucks a month. And this $5 offer is available at dollarsaveclub.com/fucking-davo. That's dollarsaveclub.com/fucking-davo.
You might want to be a bit more careful reading that. Don't you mean /Davo?
Nah, mate, /fucking-davo. Fucking-davo.
Oh, okay. Wait, why am I helping you? I'm not putting anything in the description. This is my channel.
Hey, don't be such a fucking fuck. All the YouTubers are doing it these days. Fucking Wendover Productions, fucking Real Engineering, fucking the one with the fucking birds. Not the fucking birds. That's a very different website.
This is my channel. Why should you get the money?
Fine, I'll give you a fucking half. Just put it towards a music video or something.
That's a pretty good idea.
Fucking, yeah. You know, I think this calming body cleanser's my favourite, actually. Smells like coconut. You know, their products truly are amazing. Best in class for less than best in class prices.
Are you done?
Fucking, yeah, here's the stuff. Go save now. Bye.
Hang on, this is the second floor. I guess we're shaving.
You get to actually shave it off.
Now I'm actually gonna shave it. This seems like a lot more posh than what I'm used to. Shave butter.
Whoa.
Okay,
I checked this is the only stuff you need. Unless you want to use the butt wipes.
I don't think I need them right now. I'm very happy to see this go. I was quite pleased with how many people were supportive.
Well, some people like the idea. They just thought that you should, like, shape it.
Yeah, and some people were saying diet, some people were going for the saying we should go for the eyebrow as well.
Yeah.
Next time I get severe depression, I'll go for the whole hog. Here we go, fellas! Goodbye, friend. Feel like myself again. I don't know who has been here for the past several months, but it wasn't Dave from Boyinaband.
I feel... I kind of miss it.
I'm holding on to this kind of like... Yeah, I do feel better though. I feel like I can leave the house without feeling embarrassed. Like, as embarrassed.
Do you feel embarrassed with the streak?
No, I've got well over that. Don't you hate it when those last few hairs are stuck in the plug hole, fellas?
And ladies?
Fellas is a kind of a unisex term, I feel. Like it's just kind of a friendly thing. Like
That's
buds.
That's not what feminists will say.
Maybe I'm a massive sexist.
Are you?
Yes. So to clarify, this is my actual look.
So thoughts on your shaving experience with Dollar Shave Club?
Yeah, it was great. Did the job. Look 100% less homeless. 90% maybe. Yeah, next step, I've got some music videos coming out. This isn't just what I'm doing now. So I've got 3 songs coming out, 2 which are collaborations. They're good.
They are.
They're pretty good.
I like one of them.
Oh, thanks.
Once the other one's good, it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Really.
Oh, well, thank you.
The other one's amazing though. I really like that.
That's pretty good praise from you.
Yeah.
You don't like much. Feel a bit weird.
Do you?
Yeah, that was such a big thing for so long.
Who's messaging you?
I
Is
don't
it
know.
Rumi?
I do.
Rami?
It might be a Rami. So I need to think of a funny way to transition to my discussion about my severe depression. Rumi's an idiot. Here we go. Hi, it's your boy, the nicest guy on the planet, Dave from Boyinaband.
By the way, the guy that did write iDubbbz's song, that guy is like the nicest guy on the planet. He's so nice.
Thanks for that, Keemstar. And yes, the reason I've been quiet on here for about 6 months is because, and I do have permission from iDubbbz to resurrect this meme, okay?
I have crippling depression.
But seriously, I was brutally sad for many months. Even proving rice gum completely wrong couldn't improve it, alas. And when I say crippling depression, I mean it literally, in that there were some times when I couldn't bring myself to move because of what my brain was telling itself. I saw a few people wondering why I didn't say anything about it. I don't understand it completely, but I think part of it is that if I just said I was struggling with no other thing to follow up with it, then that would just be boring. And it's better to just wait until I have something interesting to come back with. I think the best way to tell this story is probably chronologically, so I'll start from the last time I discussed how I've been feeling on this channel. If you didn't watch my video, The Happiness Experiment, you should, by the way, it's really good. To summarise, I gave my sister my bank details and made a deal with her. If I don't stick to a certain routine that I laid out for myself, she would donate £10,000 from my bank to Scientology, the worst organisation I could think of.
I promise you, I would not be doing this if I didn't have to.
And that threat bet worked for months. I was considerably better until last summer. Don't worry, I didn't have to donate the 10 grand. Part of the contract we'd established at the start was that if she thought there was a legitimate extenuating circumstance, or I gave 1 week's notice, then I could end the contract. The whole point was to stop me from, on the day, stopping myself from working. Long term, I wanted to be able to be free to do whatever I wanted. Around July and August, things got really bad. I started to notice this purposelessness, like a lack of connection to what I was doing. I lost kind of interest in it. I wasn't excited about it anymore. And I felt stupid. I felt like an idiot. I'd bring myself to start work on an edit and then be thinking, I'm not enjoying this. I don't need to do this to survive. Why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep punching myself in the face? I've been trying to figure out why I lost that excitement, and the first clue was that back then, I felt like I wasn't making enough progress in my life. And you can tell that from the journal entries I had at the time. I feel like I'm not making the most of my time. So many other people could have made a full video by now. I feel ineffective. I feel so inefficient. No bloody idea how to organize myself. I feel like a failure. But this was before the crazy amount of progress that happened at the end of last year. If lack of progress was the issue, you'd think that having the biggest growth in my channel's history would make me feel better, but it didn't for any length of time. So that either implies that my problem isn't just that, or my brain requires a ridiculous amount of growth consistently, just unrealistic amounts. Eventually it got to the point where I was just lying down over there near my laptop, just dreading working. I didn't want to go to sleep because I knew I'd have to wake up and work again. And I couldn't relax because I was just sitting there thinking, I'm going to have to stop relaxing soon and work again. And it had never been that bad with a threat bet before. It had never been so bad that I'd regularly dreaded being conscious. So my sister and I stopped my contract. And unfortunately, that wasn't the only thing I stopped. I stopped talking to friends, and I stopped talking to even my closest friends, who I would normally talk to regularly. I was alternating between playing these stupid, mindless clicker games where your number of gems just goes up exponentially. And it wasn't even good graphics. You don't even see the gems. I just had to trust it. I was alternating between playing those games and just desperately trying to finish the collaborations I'd started. And I was only able to finish those because I was afraid to let my friends down. And I'm aware that it's easy to hear that and think, oh yeah, he managed to motivate himself. But like, it was excruciating. It felt like I was having to fight against every fibre of my being to do ridiculously small things. I don't think I felt guilty about it, fortunately. I think I've internalized that this isn't something that the average person experiences to that extent. But I felt like I had nothing to talk about with people because I was making such slow progress, and it was brutally lonely. I can reach out to literally hundreds of thousands of people, but I don't want to try a single one. There are several people I would enjoy talking to, but I'm sitting here doing nothing, feeling sad. When I'm sufficiently hungry, I can't help but get up to eat. When I'm sufficiently lonely, I seem to do the opposite. What terrible evolutionary trait is that? I am painfully sad. I don't want to do anything. I want to be unconscious so I don't feel sad anymore. I want to end this. I want to have a different brain so I can enjoy my life and look forward to things. That's a cheery one. To try and counteract this, I went to Arizona to meet some friends I met at VidCon. And that was around the time when the diss track dropped and my channel started blowing up. And hi to you new guys, by the way. Sorry to come back with such a downer of a video. I just think it's important. And I was largely distracted by that growth at the time, probably because it was even bigger than Don't Stay in School was for me. Cue the clip!
I was never taught what laws there are. I was never taught what laws there are. Let me repeat.
And for a little while there, my brain was feeling like, finally, I'm making some progress. And I was addicted to looking at the numbers, the comments, and reaction videos. And the friends I visited and I started to work on videos together, hence why I appeared in a bunch of their videos, some little cameos, and one with Something Else YT that was a little more of a chill out. And I didn't tell you about those because I was feeling too depressed, so I'm telling you now. Link in the description if you want to see those. And we started on some bigger projects as well, and the process of making those was a hell of a lot of fun, and that's one of the main reasons I still do this. I love making things with friends. The problem came when I had to sit and work on them alone after all the fun parts were done. It's this weird bird that keeps sitting on my chimney and yelling, "Excuse me! Excuse me!" There. Thank you. I say too much. I don't do enough. I found this picture of a bodybuilder historically who doesn't look much different to a normal gym goer now. Makes me think about how society pressures everyone to be so much better than humans have ever been in the past. So no bloody wonder we stress so much. I'm not trying any of the new things I have available to me now I'm more successful. I came back to England with the intention to finish 3 music videos, including one I started writing back in 2016, and I hired a friend to help me book a video shoot, hoping that if I got a professional company to do it, I would feel less stressed. And this is when I posted the last image on Instagram at the time. But I wasn't happy with the shoot, and I couldn't even bring myself to look through the footage for 4 months. And I know how ridiculous that sounds, particularly to someone who hasn't experienced mental health issues. And it felt ridiculous. It's just sitting there looking through footage, and yet I felt sick at the thought of double-clicking to open a video file. I wanted to hurt myself more than I wanted to look through that footage. And at that point, I just stopped taking care of myself. I wasn't brushing my hair, and I wasn't shaving, hence the monstrosity at the start of this video. And the worst part was that I couldn't even motivate myself out of fear of letting my friends down anymore. So I was just sitting there with all this stuff that I'd worked on really hard with them, doing nothing. So I started to feel guilty on top of everything else. And I don't know why that source of motivation stopped. It could have been too much satisfaction from the recent success. It could have been having worked too hard for my brain, who bloody knows. But despite feeling disconnected, I felt myself starting to approach the problem more constructively when I thought about it. I was getting bored of this idle game until it introduced other areas which interlinked with the main one. Maybe I need more areas of my life that are interesting than just relationships and making videos, and I need to make clear connections between them. That might motivate me. Just had the thought that maybe part of the reason I haven't made merch yet is because I'm not proud of what Boyinaband stands for. Why are tiny tasks which take almost no time at all so overwhelming? Maybe it's as soon as the expectation is there to do work, I struggle with doing it. I saw some comments on Reddit talking about how depression makes you illogical. I don't think it does. All of what we call logic is how we interpret an irrational core directive we want. Like, I want to be productive, or I want to be part of society, or whatever. And depression removes that core directive. It makes you like a computer program where you remove one variable which breaks the whole thing. All the code, the logic, is still there, but without that variable it doesn't do anything. I'm not sure why I was feeling more constructive. It might have been that I just needed time, or maybe it was the sense of progress, or the good luck of having been able to collaborate with Casey Neistat.
Yeah, I think we got it.
The way that came about was pretty funny, incidentally. I'll have to tell that story at some point. Then the new year rolled around, and normally that's my favourite time of year. I love planning what I'm going to do in the future, but I didn't feel excited this year. Now I don't even want any goals. I have leftover goals from when I used to want things, but I don't feel any excitement about anything. I'm scared this is my life now, that at best I'll be inconsistent. At worst I'll never want anything and I'll just be chasing a dream I used to have because I don't know what else to do. I miss being excited enough to want to do things. I felt horrible. All the footage from my music video was sitting there unwatched and uncertain, and I was just wasting my life away playing clicker games. And I felt hopeless, but somehow I felt the drive to record a video. The experiment I'm doing isn't the thing that will or will not fix me. That has already happened. Whatever has made me decide to do a new experiment, decided to brush my hair and set up the camera, and decide to plan a new video, that is the real fix. But I don't know what that is. And I'm unsure what caused that change, and it could have been a few things. Funnily enough, Logan Paul might have been one of them. He released his spectacularly well thought out Suicide Forest video, and that was so obnoxious that I couldn't help but say something on Twitter, and perhaps that got me past some barrier of releasing things. Maybe finding something that angered me enough to say something was a catalyst. I stumbled across an article talking about this book with loads of scientifically backed research on depression that was new and coming out. Maybe the hope from having some new ideas, scientifically backed ideas, helped. I also met some new people who I talked to quite regularly around that time, so that could be a factor. Whatever the cause was, I finally got excited about a new idea again. It was an experiment like the last time, but instead of forcing myself to do things, I was forcing myself not to do things. I was forcing myself not to waste time. So for 30 days, I blocked everything distracting from my life for 22 hours a day. I made a video about it, which will show exactly how intense that was. Hopefully I'll be able to put that out not too long after this one. It felt like the first real step I took towards fixing my motivation. And I started to look after myself again. I finally brushed my hair, which had become disgusting. It was like a nest. It took 4 hours to get through it all. That was not fun. Now I'm back on another routine, which is part of the one I just mentioned and part of the more conventional commitment contract. Not with Scientology this time, I'm trying something slightly different. The stakes are a bit smaller to see whether it works just as effectively. It's been working pretty well so far. And I'm also forcing myself to take weekends off to see if that prevents me from burning out long term. I gotta be honest, I felt kind of weird making a video just talking to the camera. Just another unsurprising video about a YouTuber struggling with their mental health.
What? I'm depressed? How did this happen?
I wasn't just worried about the people who've already clicked off because they find this video boring. More that over time, if someone repeatedly uploads uninteresting content, people will understandably lose respect for that person. And I don't want people to lose respect for me. And this could be a small contribution to that for some people. Though to other people it might increase respect because it's honest, even if it's not groundbreaking. I think another thing which might seem really stupid since I'm describing my own brain, I don't want to say something that's incorrect. I find it hard to be sure what I say is true because my feelings and thoughts are so irrational and the sources aren't clear. This is why I am reading this off my phone in part, because I had to write it out and look it over God knows how many times to be as sure as possible that what I'm saying is relatively accurate. And I mentioned this last time I came back from a significant depression.
I never know if what I say I feel is the truth.
And that's when I had the idea for these videos, to at least make the whole thing slightly more entertaining. As ridiculous as it sounds, the whole beard thing, dyeing it, was kind of symbolic. Because it was a very real representation of my depression, and it was a way to turn that symbol into something positive. The whole when life gives you lemons, make lemonade kind of deal. As cheesy as it sounds. But yeah, I am very glad it's gone. I missed being above a 4. I came to a conclusion after all this. Throughout this whole thing, one of the things I did most consistently was play these stupid incremental games. And I was wondering why I kept playing these stupid little games all the time. They're so clearly pointless, but I played them obsessively. And it made me realize that when it comes to making myself want to do something, at least for a part of my brain, there is no deep connection to what I'm doing that motivates me. It's just finding things that are interesting. If my brain gets curious about, oh, what can help me increase this number? That's what drives it. It made me think that something as simple as finding different ways to interpret the numbers in my life might make me enjoy my life again. Like if I start touring, for instance, then suddenly that subscriber number translates into a number of people in front of me in a crowd. And if my brain does work that way, then maybe that will make me happier. So that's my next experiment. Once I've finished all the videos I've already started, I want to try something new. Thanks for sitting through all this. Hopefully the next video will be a little bit more exciting. Cheers for watching and have a nice day. Goodbye, Red Part. I hardly knew ye.
You're here for a good month.
Yeah, true. I kinda knew ye.